Hey guys, John Engel here. Today we're going to give the BMW some love, and most importantly, it's the third taillight that gets fixed. Stay tuned. Okay, I'm not going to lie, I really don't know what to do to fix this yet. I did order a new taillight, and I'm going to show you exactly what's wrong with this one, but basically it's broken all throughout. I've been told that that is from over tightening the nuts that hold this in, and over time, as it's just got so much pressure, it just snaps it. So we're going to make sure that we try not to recreate the same problem by over tightening the new ones, but let's take a look and see what we can do to figure out what we have to do to get this one off. All right, enough talk, let's get to work. Let's start by opening the trunk and seeing what we've got going on in here. Alrighty. Well, I don't think any of this has to come down. This is all aftermarket stuff that the previous owner bought, which is actually kind of nice and way overpriced for what it is, but they paid for the Z4 to be embroidered on there. All right, so there's actually some screws, and they're not screws, they're bolts, just in case anybody's wondering, and they're right up in here. So I can actually feel them with my finger. There's a spring, and then there's a little nut on that bolt, and that holds them in. So let's take a look at that. Right here is one of the holes. Right here is hole number 2. Right here is hole number 3, right behind this nice little pull tab. Now, we're going to take these bolts off, and that will allow me to take the third light out. We're also going to have to take this off with just a Phillips head screwdriver here, and that will allow me to get to the electrical connector for the third tail light. So all of that needs to be taken out. Alrighty, so remember, bolt 1, bolt 2, bolt 3, have to remove this little access panel so that we can get to the electrical connector for the third tail light. Now all we have to do is actually do the work. It's not my favorite part. Also, just so we know, it's an 8mm socket, and if you have one of the deep well sockets, it's going to help because the bolt is actually pretty long with the nut on it. So an extension, 8mm, it's really all you need. Phillips screwdriver for the access panel. Who knows? All right, so we have to do this for all 3 of them, but basically we will have this spring, which pushes pressure on it, and this small little nut that holds it all together. So we don't want to lose either of these. I'm going to set those over out of the way and finish up with the other 3. All right, back at this little piece, way up in there. I'm just going to see if I can use a pair of pliers to maybe push. Yep, that's all you got to do. And you can see that there's a little connector there. It goes into the main connector here, just pops right in. Pair of pliers definitely did the trick. So now what I should be able to do is take the third tail light out. Now you might be asking, am I positive that I have done everything that I need to do? No, not at all. But I have a feeling that I have. All right. So this is purely the lens to it. And you can tell that that was tape. That's a true engineering feat. It's Scotch tape, not to be confused with packing tape or duct tape or electrical tape. This was holding all of this together while I ordered my new one because it got to the point that it was sitting there and flopping around. Do I recommend this? Yeah, I mean, it'll work, keep you together. Would I do it for a long period of time? No, I don't think that it was working real well at all. More crap. So I was really hoping that this was going to come out really easily, but as you can tell, it's got a lip up here that is holding everything in, and as I try to pull this out, oh, well, that's wonderful. It actually does help to pull it apart in pieces. It doesn't seem like it, but it will actually lower all this down and be able to come out much better. So yes, I am intentionally taking it apart this way. If you don't like the way I'm taking it apart, please leave me a comment because I know you will, and you love doing that. But this is actually how BMW told me to do it. No, they really didn't, but it's coming out, so. Oh, there we go. All right, now we should be able to get this down low enough. Oh, yeah. voila, one BMW taillight. The sad thing is all the LEDs still work. I mean, it's a good unit. It's the design here that is bad with it. There's too much pressure put in 3 small points, and it just over time pulls it and cracks your taillight housing. It's not actually the electronic board in it or anything. It's just that you've got these stupid bolts. All right, on to step 2, which is, that was cleaning out the inside, and now we've got to put a new one in. It looks almost identical to what was in there. I don't know what I think. I think it's going to snap and crack just like the other one did. But I got to get a new one in there. So it's got a nice rubber seal. So that's all new. Let's get her in, get her done. That's looking beautiful, isn't it? Yep. All nice and new. Now somebody come wash my car for me. Oh well. Let's get her in. All right, so reverse process. Just hooked up the electrical connector. It's not really difficult, just a little fiddly, but you can get your hands in there. I'm not sure what this one was. It was unconnected when I found it, so I'm just gonna put it back up there. Now we can put this panel back on. Go, and it's all just reverse of the process that we started. So we'll put these screws back in here. Okay, so we just put the release panel back on. We made sure that we hooked up the connector for the third tail light, because if you don't do that, it won't work. So we made sure to do that. Now it's putting the nut back on with the spring retentioner. I'm going to start in the middle one. I think that that's probably safe. Remember, the large side goes up, the small side actually goes against the nut, and that's what creates a nice amount of tension on it, so that we don't have to make this super tight, but it'll still hold it. Okay, as of right now, they're all on there and they're all hand tight, so everything's going very well. The next thing I want to do is tighten them, but not too much. So I will actually look at the top level of the third tail light, and as I'm tightening it, you can see that that rubber seal will start to press into the bodywork. And you only want to do it until you feel that you've got a watertight seal around it. Once you're at that, stop tightening. Anything else can lead to the same problem happening again. Let's get to it. What a difference this makes, and what an easy job to do. Really only took a few hand tools to get this done, and it makes a huge difference. So, if you like this video, make sure you hit the like button below, subscribe and share my videos, and we'll catch you next time.